Guys, getting ready to go somewhere and watch some football today. But I thought I'd jump on and show you a few cool cards before I do that. We're going to start off with the 1962 Bell Brand Maury Wells. Really neat card. These Bell Brands, are a little bit hard to find. We have a 54 Top Scoop Jesse Owens. And this shows him racing a racehorse, which this actually happened. This is depicted a little differently though, because in real life he raced a horse. It was with the buggy, not a horse by itself. It had the card on the back, but he did race it and beat it. Thought that was a cool card. These are rare. 1910 Tip Top Bred, and this is George Gibson. George Gibson was on that great 1909 Pirates team in the early turn of the century Pirates teams that were really good teams. I have a few others of these, but I really like the George Gibson. And we have the what is this? The E90 Home Run Baker. This one's a little off center, but I just, it really caught my eye. I think it's a beautiful card. Well, I'm a Home Run Baker fan. And we have this National Game Home Run Baker too. These game cards, if you want early players, from their playing days, this is the most affordable. These are the most affordable kind of cards to get, and it's a good way to start a vintage collection if you don't already have one, and you don't have a lot of money to spend. And I got a great 63 Boog Powell. Been wanting this card for a long time. I just love the Topps trophy, the rookie trophies. I actually, I like them usually more than most of the rookie cards that have the 4 players or the 3 players. I always like to have the first full card of a player. That's just my personal preference. Picked up another Frank Gifford. I actually have this in a higher grade, but this one was perfectly centered. And my other one's a little bit less well centered. So I grabbed that. And I got a couple 53 Topps, Allie Reynolds. I always like to add to this set. I'm honing in on it. Have all the big cards. How about this? You don't find these too often. This is an uncut sheet of the Transagrams. When were these issued? 69, I believe. So these came in a box, and they they had little toy figures. They're pretty pricey to get the toy figures in the box, still in great condition. And of course, they had the cards on them. They sold them in single players, but they also sold these. These were the the championship Mets, and it's interesting. Don Clendenin, in '69 he had 2 cards. One was with the Expos, and one was with who else? Another team, but they didn't have them with the Mets. So this has them with the Mets, and you can see that they airbrushed it in. So these are kind of neat to have. Not easy to find. I picked up an old lesser condition Addy Joss, but believe it or not, I never had an Addy Joss in my collection from his playing days, so this one will do for now. These are pretty neat cards. They're oversized, and these are from 1974 Capitol Publishing, and they have a lot of the great old players, and these cards are not easy to find. They're pretty rare. And this is Big Ed Delahanty. Of course, he doesn't have that many cards, and the ones he does have are very, very pricey. So if you want a Big Ed Delahanty, this isn't a bad way to go. One of the greatest early players. And, the Burdick collection that is in the New York Metropolitan Museum of Art. I had an opportunity last year to go there for the first time and see it. And it's really sad what it is now. It's much smaller. They have it in the back corner next to some furniture. I guess they used to have it in the basement, and you can make an appointment, go down there and look through his entire collection. Now they just put a few things up. But in 1968, they made these cards that they gave away at the museum in honor of his collection. And they're reproductions of some cards that were in his collection. So this is the complete set of those. It's interesting because that was the year of my birth, 1968. So And we have, I'm not a huge fan of collecting all-time greats, years after their playing days, but some of them are pretty cool. Like that Ed Delahanty, for instance. And in 1977, they had something called Sertoma Stars. They had one that had like yellow and a circle, and they had this, and this is a Clemente. And of course, Clemente is my favorite player. And 77 is not that far after his playing days. But these really aren't that easy to find. 1977 Sertoma Stars. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching.